friends, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day today. It is the 14th, January 14th. We are on the 14th day of January. And so far, it's been a nice month. It's been kind of cold, though, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been cold outside. See the warm jacket right there? Ooh, it's been cold. Well, let's go ahead and read this book together. It's called An Extraordinary Egg, and it's set on Pebble Island. So let's look at this together. Ooh, look at the opening pages. This is Pebble Island, huh? An Extraordinary Egg. Ooh, this looks like a good book. On Pebble Island, there lived 3 frogs, Maryland, August, and one who was always somewhere else. That one's name was Jessica. Jessica was full of wonder. She would go on long walks way to the other side of Pebble Island and return at the end of the day shouting, "Look what I found!" And even if it was nothing but an ordinary little pebble, she would say, "Isn't it extraordinary?" But Marilyn and August were never impressed. One day, in a mound of stones, she found one that stood out from all the others. It was perfect, white like the snow, and round like the full moon on a midsummer night. Even though it was almost as big as she was, Jessica decided to bring it home. I wonder what Marilyn and August will say when they see this, she thought, as she rolled the beautiful stone to the small inlet where the 3 of them lived. "Look what I found," she shouted triumphantly, "a huge pebble." This time Marilyn and August were truly astonished. "That is not a pebble," said Marilyn, who knew everything about everything. "It's an egg, a chicken egg." "A chicken egg? How do you know it's a chicken egg?" asked Jessica, who had never even heard of chickens. Marilyn smiled. "There are some things you just know." A few days later, the frogs heard a strange noise coming from the egg. They watched in amazement as the egg cracked and out crawled a long, scaly creature that walked on 4 legs. "See," exclaimed Marilyn, "it was right. I was right. It's a chicken." "A chicken," they all shouted. The chicken took a deep breath, grunted, gave each of the astonished frogs a look, and said in a small, raspy voice, "Where is the water?" "Straight ahead," the frogs cried out excitedly. The chicken threw herself into the water, and the frogs dove in after her. To their surprise, the chicken was a good swimmer and fast too, and she showed them new ways to float and paddle. They had a wonderful time together and played from sun up to sun down, and so it went for many days. So there's the frog, and that's what they think is the chicken. I don't think it's a chicken. Let's find out what happens. Then one day when Jessica was somewhere else, August and Marilyn saw a commotion in the water below them. Someone was in trouble. Quickly, the chicken dove into the dark pool. August and Marilyn were frightened. After a few long moments, the chicken reappeared, carrying Jessica. "I'm all right," she called. "I got tangled in the weeds, but the chicken saved me." From that day on, Jessica and her rescuer were inseparable friends. Wherever Jessica went, the chicken went too. They traveled all over the island. They went to Jessica's secret thinking place and to the Great Pebble Monument. One day, they went to a place where Jessica had never been before. A red and blue bird flew down from a tree. "Oh, there you are," it exclaimed when it saw the chicken. "Your mother has been looking all over for you. Come, I'll take you to her." There's the bird right there. And she's saying, "Come, I'll take you to her." They followed the bird for a very long time. They walked and they walked and they walked under the warm sun and the cool moon. And then, let's find out what happens. They came upon the most extraordinary creature they had ever seen. It was asleep, but when it heard the little chicken shout, "Mother," it slowly opened one eye, smiled an enormous smile, and in a voice as gentle as the whispering grass said, "Come here, my sweet little alligator." And the little chicken climbed happily onto her mother's nose. See her right there. "Now it's time for me to go," said Jessica. "I'll miss you very much, little chicken. Come visit us soon and bring your mother too." Jessica couldn't wait to tell Marilyn and August what had happened. As she neared the inlet, she shouted, "Guess what I found?" And she told them all about it. "And do you know what the mother chicken said to her baby?" Jessica asked. "She called her my sweet little alligator." "Alligator," said Marilyn. "What a silly thing to say." And the three frogs couldn't stop laughing. Isn't that great? I loved that book. That was called An Extraordinary Egg. Well, we've got one other book to look at today. It's called Paddington Sets Sail. One morning, Mr. Brown had a surprise. "We're taking a trip to the beach," he said. Paddington, Jonathan, and Judy cheered. Miss Brown and Miss Bird were excited too. Ooh, everybody's excited. Paddington had never been to the beach. He did not know what to bring, so he packed everything. Soon they were on their way. Paddington poked his head out the window. He sniffed the salty air. Yeah, that's the way the ocean air smells. At the beach, Paddington got a pail, shovel, sunglasses, and a float. He was ready for anything. The tide was low, so they went in the water. Jonathan and Judy splashed and swam. Paddington floated in the waves. At lunch, Mr. Brown had a great idea. He said, "Let's have a sandcastle contest." Paddington, Judy, and Jonathan would each make a sandcastle. The biggest castle would win. Paddington wanted to win. First, he found a perfect spot. Then he dug a moat. So he's digging around the castle. He carried pails and pails of sand, and he made walls and windows. Paddington placed his hat on top of the castle. Finally, he was done. Paddington's big sand castle was perfect. Paddington sat inside his castle. Sandcastle work was hard, and he was tired. Then He fell asleep. Oh no, the tide had come in. It knocked down Paddington's sandcastle. It carried Paddington's pail out to sea with Paddington in it. Oh no. Let's find out what happens. The Browns were worried. It was getting late. They found Paddington's hat, but could not find Paddington. Where had he gone? Then the Browns spotted people gathering near the pier. They ran towards the crowd. It was Paddington. People believed that Paddington had floated all the way across the sea. They took his picture. Did you float here in this pail? A girl asked. Yes, I used my shovel as a paddle, said Paddington. We see it right there. The sun was setting and it was time to go home. Did you enjoy your trip, Paddington? Asked Judy. Yes, not many bears go to sea in a bucket, he said. The Browns were so happy to have Paddington back. Today's trip was a bit shorter than when you came from darkest Peru, said Miss Brown. Paddington did not hear. He was fast asleep. That was a great book. That was called Paddington Set Sail. Well, I hope you have a great day today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, friends. Have a great day.